Now guys, we'll talk about WhatsApp API. First we'll understand what is WhatsApp API, then we'll understand how we can use WhatsApp API to send thousands bulk messages in just one click, right? So let's go to the next slide. Here I have mentioned a small definition of WhatsApp API or WhatsApp Business API. Basically, it is designed for businesses to communicate with their customer through WhatsApp. Yes, if you are a mid-size or large-size business, then you need to access WhatsApp API in order to communicate with your customers. And if you are a micro business or a very small business, then you can use WhatsApp business application. That would be enough for you. But for mid-size businesses or for a large scale businesses, WhatsApp API is must, because without this they'll be not able to communicate with their customers through WhatsApp or on WhatsApp. Right now, how we can access WhatsApp Business API or WhatsApp API? What are the ways or what are the modes? Like directly we have to mail WhatsApp, or directly we have to go to Meta's website, or what is the procedure, right? So there are only two ways to access WhatsApp API. The first one is WhatsApp Business API, which will be provided by BSPs, WhatsApp Business Solution Providers, or you can say business solution providers, right? Then the second option is WhatsApp Cloud API, which can be directly provided by Meta itself, right? So only two ways. WhatsApp, if you are going with WhatsApp Business API, then BSPs, there are multiple BSPs available in the market. You can contact those BSPs and you can access WhatsApp Business API, or in simple term WhatsApp API, right? And if you want WhatsApp Cloud API, then you can directly connect with Meta's team and you can access Cloud API. Now you might be wondering, like, what is the difference between both these two things? Basically there's no difference. API access is same. All the features in Business API and Cloud API is totally same. That is just a pricing where you see a difference between Business and Cloud API and nothing else, right? Now first let's talk about WhatsApp Business API, like how we can access WhatsApp Business API and what are the pros and even cons of WhatsApp Business API. Then we'll talk about Cloud API, right? So in the next slide, first I have mentioned over here, like the API or the API feature is mostly or majorly for businesses, not for individuals. So here I have mentioned it is a tool that lets businesses connect with a large number of customers on WhatsApp. They can automate messages, send notifications, and provide customer support through API, right? So this basically API or WhatsApp API is for businesses, not for individuals. You won't find a WhatsApp API for personal use on your phone, right? So I hope this confusion is not be appeared again. Now let's talk about the WhatsApp Business API. So as I told you, WhatsApp Business APIs are provided or hosted by BSPs, business solution providers. Now you might be listen about Wati, Interact, or AI Sensi. So these are WhatsApp business solution providers, or these are BSPs who have access to Meta and have rights to provide API services to their customers, right? So earlier Meta doesn't used to provide their cloud services. There was only one option to access API, and that is through BSPs. But right now they have two options. If you want, then you can go with BSPs. Otherwise you can directly connect with Meta and you can go for Cloud API, right? Second point is BSPs who act as intermediaries to help businesses get approved for WhatsApp Business API. So basically these BSPs act or work as a intermediaries. So this basically what they do, they fill an application in the name of your business, right? And they submit that application to Meta. And once Meta approves your application, then you will get the API, right? It is very hard to get API access. It is not like you just have to sign in or sign up with your Gmail ID and you have the API access. No, it is not that simple, right? That's why all the businesses who are listed on WhatsApp Business are totally verified. And to provide this kind of trust, obviously you need to verify all the businesses. So that's why these BSPs helps businesses to fill their application and submit to Meta. Then the third point is the BSPs need to perform API software upgrades periodically. Basically, this is from BSP's perspectives. What they do, they periodically upgrades their API software in order to provide all the features seamlessly, right? Fourth point is BSPs need to pay the cost of setting up and maintaining their servers, as well as uh, they pay per message sent or conversion following WhatsApp API's pricing rule. Now there's a pricing for WhatsApp API, right? Now what is this pricing? Meta has set a pricing for per message and for per conversion. What is this conversion? Basically, if you send a message to your customer and if the customer messages or replies you back, then that is a conversion, which means the conversation is started. Now you can talk, or you can take the conversation further, so that will be counted as a conversion. So Meta charges for per message basis and for per conversion basis. And if you are using BSP, then BSP will charge a little bit extra on all these message sends and conversions. So compared to Cloud API, WhatsApp Business API is little bit costly, little bit, not that much, because if you are a business and you are sending thousands of messages, so obviously per message cost would be very low. But in return, you are getting a seamless interface, user interface, because these business APIs provides a very useful and interactive user interface, which is very easy to use and very sometimes becomes very handy as well. And compared to Cloud API, this is very big plus point, right? So I hope you understood about WhatsApp Business API. Now let's talk about WhatsApp Cloud API, which is provided directly by Meta, right? So in the case of the Cloud API, Meta hosts the API on their servers. So I've already mentioned that in Business API or WhatsApp Business API, or the server or all of the data is hosted on BSP's server, right? But on the Cloud API, all the data, everything is hosted on Meta's server. Second point is Facebook offers direct access to Cloud API. So in this case, the business itself need to fill in the application and submit it to Meta in order to verify their business and can be listed on WhatsApp Business, right? Or WhatsApp Business Cloud API or WhatsApp Cloud API. Now the third point is all the software upgrades are performed by Meta itself, so there is no need to worry about that, because sometimes these BSPs takes time to upgrade their systems. So this is kind of a drawback, not that much, but yeah, these BSPs are very active, like Wati, Interact, AISense. These are very popular in the market. But if you go for very cheap or very bad reviewed BSP, then you might face the issues, right? But these BSPs, you will not face any kind of issue. Then the fourth point is Meta pays the cost for cost of hosting. A business will only need to pay per message sent or conversion. So obviously in this case, in the case of Cloud API, obviously Meta handles all the thing. So what you need to do is what you need to pay is only for the message and the conversion. There is no any extra cost, because there is no any extra mediator in between. But the drawback is that you don't get the world-class interface, the interactive user interface. If you are a large scale business, then obviously you can create your own interface with the help of your team and developers team, obviously, and you can connect that Cloud API with that interface which you have created in-house. But if you are a mid-sized business, then I would suggest you to go with Business API, which will be provided by BSPs, where you don't need to create your own interface and handle all of these headaches, right? So if you are a very large scale business, you can go with WhatsApp Cloud API, and if you are a mid-sized business and have good amount of customer size, then you can go with WhatsApp Business API. I hope you understood the basic difference between it. Is not the basic only, this is the 100% all of the difference between WhatsApp Business API and WhatsApp Cloud API.